So I'm at this Airbnb for the evening. I'm up in Chicago and I'm getting ready to head out. But I just posted a picture of the guys that got promoted last night. A guy named Patrick and a guy named Josh, and then Chad. We had like an open mat for him because he's getting ready to leave. And the post that I made was mainly about, like, you know, you can do an armbar better, you can roll better, you can do all that stuff better, but like, who are you becoming? Like, right, what kind of person are you, right? Are you becoming a better person? I know that people say it and it becomes cheesy, like, you know, because they're like, you know, we say it gets used like a broken record, like, you know, as you do this thing, right, that it makes you a better person, or it could, if you choose to take on. But I think it's a broken record because it's so true, right? It is what it is. The sky's blue, and like, when you go through struggles, the opportunity, you won't necessarily become a better person, but the opportunity's there, because when, you know, you're in a situation where you have a big giant person squeezing your face and smashing you, you have this opportunity to sort of peer down into yourself, because a lot of times the nastier sides of ourselves pop out under stress, and you get to see, like, what happens when you're in the pressure cooker? What do you do? And last night when I promoted these guys, you know, the two guys, Josh, for instance, when Josh came into our gym originally, we didn't mind him, but he was hanging around, like, excuse me, he was hanging around the wrong people, and he was doing a lot of dumb stuff, and he's just very immature. And since then, he's become I love the guy to death. He's a little short guy, but he has the biggest heart of anyone you'll ever meet. And he's become a dedicated teacher, right? Like, he helps people. Like, if anybody needs help with anything, he'll like stop what he's doing, like, let me help you. You know, I've had him teach some of my classes, and guys will come up to me afterwards and be like, dude, he was so helpful. He took time out after class is over and was showing me things, and he helps out with the kids. And I've watched him with his own family. He's become such a dedicated father, right? He's a man. Like, he gets out there and goes to work and does the damn thing, right? And he inspires me. Patrick was another one of our guys who came into the gym, and, you know, he kind of lingered around a little bit. He wasn't doing much with it, just kind of lingered, you know what I mean? And then I remember, it was weird. It was like right a few years ago, I remember him getting ready to cancel his membership, because he said he was buying the stuff and he's doing all this stuff, whatever. And, you know, because he's working a lot, making money and buying stuff. And I looked at him, I said, man, are you happy? You know, are you happy? And the reason I did that is because I remember being his age and buying a lot of stuff and not being very happy. And he looked back at me, he's like, yeah, I'm happy, you know. Didn't think anything of it, you know. And then it was probably a few months later, all of a sudden he came back to training with a fury, right? He lost over 100 pounds. And even more so than that, he shed all this negative baggage that he was carrying, right? From, you know, we all come from different bullshit from our families and stuff like that. You know, we all carry this baggage. He just shed all of that stuff. And he literally, man, he's like a different person, both on the inside and outside. So on the outside, obviously, he lost like a whole nother human being. But on the inside, he's completely changed. His outlook in life, all these things have changed. And you can just talk to him and tell. And then Chad, obviously, we had an open mat for him as well on the same night, to sort of see him off, because he's getting ready to go down to Nashville and sort of seek out his own new adventure, right? And Chad's someone that I've been around for, I guess, it's been about 12 years. And I've seen him go through so much. He's gone from being this young kid that we used to have to, like, try not to hurt because he was so skinny, then to this teenager that was beating the piss out of everybody, to watching him almost die because he didn't know what to do. He was so, like, you know, just going through the struggle. You know, even like sometimes where he would have trouble talking and expressing himself, right? Because, you know, he came from a situation where he couldn't express himself very openly. And now I watch him, and I watch the way he talks. He expresses himself very openly. He can talk to people, and he's helping everybody out in the gym, right? He's also a ferocious jiu-jitsu competitor, a black belt. He's very good, right? So along with all the skill that he's been gaining, he's become such a strong man, right? And I just think about that. Like, a lot of you guys get into this, and, you know, I was the same way. We seek out the armbar, we seek out the triangle choke, we seek out the you know, the takedowns, we seek out all the physical stuff. But don't forget that, you know, I believe that it's judo, right? Judo, like, translates to the way, and that's kind of to imply that it's a way of development, right? Both inside and outside. It's not just a sport. And, you know, again, people can look at things however they want to, but I know that my personal, like, I've benefited so much from doing training, doing jiu-jitsu, because it's caused me a lot of times, like when I was younger, I had a temper and I used to like fold on things, and I didn't have the resolve sometimes that I needed, and these lessons have come, you know, on the mat where I can check them and see them there, right? Like I can see that my ego is getting in the way. I can see that sometimes when things get tough, I tend to fold, and I can address those and build those things up and make myself better. And that stuff directly translates over to outside life where, you know, like I'm not going to fold. Like just because maybe my relationship with a woman's not going, it's a little rocky, right? Doesn't mean you just fold. It means you work on things, just like you work on this. You know, when you see a friend that needs help, and you know, maybe there's something that's getting in the way, you realize, okay, like, look, you can be conscious of it and you can help out. There's just so many lessons where that stuff has come into play outside of the gym. And so that's a thought, right? Just a thought today. That's what these kind of, like when I just throw the iPhone up, that's kind of what this stuff is. But just a thought with you guys. Again, like when you're on the mats, if you realize frustration, if you get angry, if you get upset with yourself, depressed, those are chances to get better, not just on the mat, but also like mentally and, you know, internally. Like you can look at yourself and peer in, like, why are these things bothering me so much? Why is it getting to me? Why is that? Figure that out, because that's your chance to grow, your chance to get better, not just the external stuff. So I think this video is long enough, and I'm going to go ahead to dinner. So guys, I will talk to you guys next time.